All right, guys, as you know, from time to time, I like to bring folks on here, educate you about some things in the whole home buying experience that sometimes gets overlooked. This is Michael Colquitt. He's a friend of mine. I worked with his dad and his sister at Macaulay, and he doesn't hold that against me. He's with American National Insurance. He's right over here on East Brandon Road in the old Whole Coal building, so it's very convenient for everybody should you need to come in and talk to him. And he and I were talking one day about some things that I think, and he knows, gets overlooked. And it's a really important thing, and it will cause you to go, which is the whole point, right? Talk to me about the correct coverages on people's, their possessions.
So this really started, I guess, several months ago when inflation started to be a word that was heard on TV a lot, and house values have just gone stupid, you know that. Mm-hmm. Talking through and thinking through correct coverages for your homeowners policies. Most people have their file in their filing cabinet at their house with the sealed homeowners policy envelope from their company that they got in the mail that they haven't opened, that's put in the file, that they know where it is if they need it, but they don't look at it to check on it. So that didn't really become a problem until house values went crazy and coverages aren't correct. So a couple stories that I've worked through over the last 6 months to a year that really affected me in the way our agency does business, making sure homes are covered properly with having those reviews done. I think back to the tornado, Easter tornado. Mm-hmm. The day after, this is pre or right at the beginning of COVID, mm-hmm. and tornado comes and decimates this area. We all remember where we were and all those stories. The day after, a group, local friend of ours and a church got together, got trucks, chainsaws, went to clear out properties and do what we could to help. So I've got my chainsaw, my work gloves on, and I find out, or people in the neighborhood in Holly Hills found out that I'm an insurance guy. All of a sudden, the chainsaw goes down, and they're like, please come here, check ours,
Like I'm a salesman, I'm not the adjuster.
Exactly, but, we're doing what we can to help. So
of course.
I walk down the street, and again, this road in this neighborhood is just gone. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget walking into this house. It's a split-level home, probably valued $350,000, $375,000, something like that. But all that's there is the first floor. You walk in, there's a door, there's 2 windows, 3 windows, but the second floor is completely gone. We walk through the front door, we're looking at sunlight. Never forget walking down the hallway, turning right into the guy's office there. There sits the filing cabinet I was talking about. It's still there. Everything else is disheveled and destroyed, but the filing cabinet's still there. He opens it, pulls out the file I talked about with the sealed blank insurance company's folder. He gives it to me and says, what do I have? What do I do? I open it up, I unseal the envelope. His $375,000 house is covered for $128,000 because that was the mortgage on the house. Mm-hmm. So that's all legally required to have. He had done a refinance, tried to skim the cost to try to get it down, and that's how it was written. So he looks at me with I'm reading this and I'm like, how am I going to tell this family what's going on? I tell him, you've got $128,000 to replace this $375,000 house. His wife starts, of course, you can imagine the night they've gone through, and they're like, what do we do? And I said, there's nothing you can do. You signed the policy, you signed the application, it's done. The look in their face, just a gut punch on top of everything else.
And they're not even your clients.
No.
That's right. Just people.
Right. So, to the best of my knowledge, I tried to follow up and help the best I could after that point. But to this day, where that house was is an empty lot because they had enough to clear the land. And I don't know if they sold the piece of, the ground there or whatever. But obviously, just making a traumatic situation even worse because someone cut the corner to save them money. Mm-hmm. And here we are.
So I think there's lots of good points there, but what's applicable for everybody, because no one thinks, tornado's not going to hit my house. I was about half a mile from that thing, and me and all my wisdom woke up. It woke me up. It really does sound like a train if you've never heard a tornado. And I did what any decent, smart, red-blooded American would do. I went outside to see, can I see that?
Yeah.
I've got a basement, I've got all the things, but I went outside. But it missed me by about a half a mile, praise the Lord for that. But we were without power for about 10 days. So regardless, here's the takeaway, guys. You need to check your homeowner's insurance policy to make sure, because anything can happen at any time. That's the reason we have insurance. But if you are underinsured, it's a serious problem. Now, I understand that you got an insurance agent, you have your own agent. I've got lots of friends that are in the business, but this is the guy that's here now. I said, hey, I got a story I want to tell. How do they get in touch with you?
So easiest way is the office or my cell phone. That's one of the things having a local agent helps with. Sometimes the insurance company's online, and that'll save you so much money. Good luck talking to a person that you can reach to.
We have the same issue in the mortgage business.
Yeah, so the office number is 423-892-2024. You hit extension 3, it rings at my desk. If I'm not at my desk, that phone forwards to my cell phone. So 24/7, that's where I'm going to be. Cell phone is 423-304-4424, and that's the easiest way to reach me too.
Guys, it's a big deal. Check your policies out. Make sure, because, well, like he said, values have gone crazy. Short story, was talking to a friend of mine the other day. He doesn't follow the market at all. And he said, I figure my house is worth X. And I'm like, dude, it's worth twice that.
Yeah.
Really? And he had no idea. So, guys, it's important. Check your coverage. Make sure the value of your house has definitely gone up. You need to talk to your folks. Call my friend here. He's happy to help you.